Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Onset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Also, please stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read two of my favorite comments from previous videos. Now, this one is pretty cool. A woman said to me that her and her Aquarius have decided to go on a date. Okay, this is their first date. And I love dates. I love dates so much. So he's an Aquarius and she's a Virgo. So she said that she's supposed to plan the first date and he's supposed to plan the second date. Now, she's a Virgo, so many of you know that Virgos like things to be perfect as possible. And sometimes they get into trouble with this perfectionist kind of thing because life isn't perfect. So sometimes you just got to do the best you can do. And Virgos don't always do well with that knowledge. They're like, no, I want this to be perfect. So she said to me, we talked, him and her talked, and they decided to, go on a date. And she's supposed to plan the first date. And she wanted me to help her because she wants to take him somewhere that will impress him or someplace that he'll like. She wants it to be perfect. So I told her, I said, I can't tell you how to make this date perfect, but I can tell you 5 different places that Aquarius I know and myself have been taken on the first date that really were special, either impressive or special in some kind of way. So I made her a little list. And I'm going to tell you guys the list because if you have an Aquarius in your life, one thing I told you, I love dating. And I think that people should date. I think even if you and your significant other have been together for 20 years, they have something called date night. And older couples have a tendency to do date night. Younger couples do too. But I think date night is great for couples. I think it's wonderful. It can be once a week or twice a month. And the two of you go on an actual date. And it doesn't have to be, to the Taj Mahal to spend $200 a pop either. A date night can be to go roller skating. A date night can be go get some ice cream. A date night can be a picnic, depending upon what you two like to do. So I think that couples, even after they get to know each other, had babies and have been married, should always continue dating. I think you should keep putting effort into your relationship because if you keep putting consistent effort into your relationship, I think it keeps the relationship going. A lot of relationships die because after the two people get together, they stop doing stuff like dating. It becomes routine. It becomes the same Mickey Mouse sex over and over again. The Mickey Mouse, I call it Mickey Mouse sex, but it's just the same boring sex over and over. The same position, the same thing, get a rag, go back to sleep. It's the same thing every single time. Sometimes it's even the same positions, the same time of day. So I feel like a lot of couples can benefit from keeping up this kind of spontaneous energy. So I really like that this couple was doing this. So this is their first date though. So she asked me for 5. So I'm going to give you 5 that are really special. Number 1, when taking out an Aquarius, you should consider a concert or another kind of live performance. I am always enthralled with live performances, and not all Aquarius, but a lot of us are into that. A lot of us are performers. So it's really cool to sit and watch it. A concert, a dance presentation, a drum presentation, maybe a play, any of those kind of things, those kind of like, those things when they have like dinner theater and, stuff like that, or like the ones where there's like a murder mystery and you have to figure out who done it, those kind of things. Aquarius likes stuff like that. Or like the panic room and you got to figure out how to get out the room. That's great for a first date. So something live, something either watching something or engaging in something can be really cool. As with any of these, you really want to kind of talk to him and see what he likes. If he's like, for instance, if he says that he's into John Bon Jovi, I love John Bon Jovi. So let's say he's into John Bon Jovi. And I don't know much about them, but I like a couple of their songs. So let's say they're in town and he's into John Bon Jovi. Get tickets to see John Bon Jovi. You know, that's something that he's not going to forget because that's his band. You know, that's a band that he's been into. If he tells you that he's into poetry, take him to a poetry reading. Maybe get up and dedicate a poem to him that you wrote or something that you found. These kind of things would be really special to an Aquarius. But you got to talk to him and see what he likes to see which one of these would go over the best. Number 2, a picnic. I mentioned the picnic before because people often overlook the value of the picnic. The picnic can be really cool. The nicer it is, the better. So if you like make food, fried chicken, or make salad, or, you know, if you make something really, really nice, depending on what they like to eat, and you have wine or cheese or, you know, something like that, that's really nice. And go someplace and sit on a blanket and have a picnic. It can be as upscale or as basic. You can make sandwiches, you know, with some juice. You know, it can be as upscale or as basic as you want it to be. It just depends on what that person is into. If you know that person likes things that are more classy and nice, make it more classy and nice. I saw this man that did, it was their anniversary. And they had showed the pictures on Facebook. And basically what he did was he turned the backyard into like this beautiful, you know, scene. And he had the blanket out and the basket. He strung lights from the bushes. It was just really beautiful, and it didn't look like it took him a lot of time. He had wine and nice glasses. He set, you know, he had little, it was a picnic, like, it was on the ground, but he had little place things, you know, little placemats with the knife and fork and the napkin on them. And I just thought it was really sweet and really thoughtful. He has this little record or music player. I said record. Oh my God, take us back, right? But he had this little music, you know, playing, you know, and it was just really nice. A picnic can be as high class or as lower class as you want it to be. It can be Cheetos and Kool-Aid if you want it to be. But I would just find out what is he into, and I would cater to what he likes. Let's say he's into seafood, for example. You could really do a nice picnic with some seafood, you know? It really just depends. You can go to a number of different kind of places. It can be in the yard and you dress the yard up. It could be at an actual, you know, park or something like that. I like the idea of doing it in the yard because it's so secluded and you ain't got to worry about people watching or walking by, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that's really sweet. So that's another idea. Number 3, his favorite restaurant. Find out what is his favorite restaurant and make reservations. Sometimes something as easy as you just noticing and caring about what it was that he said could be really special to him. So during the course of your conversation, he may have a favorite restaurant or a favorite kind of meal he likes. He might tell you, you know, I really like soul food, but I haven't had any since, you know, my grandmother passed away. Find a place that makes bomb soul food and take him there. You know, something like that. Really, really simple, but just takes a little bit of investigation. The next one is 4. Oh, a helicopter ride. I saw on one of them corny movies. It was one of them corny love movies, but I was so impressed because he took her on a helicopter ride. I think he was flying the helicopter, but you don't have to do all of that. You can actually take helicopter rides. It depends on where you live at, of course, but they have them in certain cities. Like for instance, New York City is such a beautiful skyline. So a helicopter ride at night or something like that can be really memorable and really romantic. So it really depends on if that person is afraid of heights. You want to ask questions like that first. Find out if they're afraid of heights, find out if they are afraid of flying, find out if they just like helicopters. Those are the kinds of questions you might want to ask. But if you get the red flag or they tell you that they're adventurous, they tell you that they like stuff like that, that, then I would say maybe a romantic helicopter ride before you go to dinner. That's something that's definitely going to be memorable. It's a little bit more on the pricey side from what I understand. I don't know what the rates are, but it is something that if you really think the two of you are hitting it off, it could be something that's really nice. So it's just an idea that I came up with because it's something that I don't even like heights, seriously. I don't really like flying, but I would do that. I would do that because I just thought it was so beautiful to see the sky, and it was just amazing. So I can see that. Another thing for an Aquarius, number 5, is painting with a twist. A lot of cities have these painting with a twist parties. This could be really nice for an Aquarius, especially if he's like me and he's artistic. Aquarius who likes to paint or maybe never painted before but might want to try it. A painting with a twist party could be a really cool first date. Because what happens is that you go on the website of the painting with the twist party, you pick the thing you want to paint. They have couples nights, they have mother-daughter nights. Pick a couples night. And usually on couples night, they paint something together. It's like he paints one side, you paint the other side, something like that a lot of times. Or it has a love theme a lot of times. So go to a painting with a twist party. And the with a twist part is that they usually have these at bars, or they have them at a center, and they have people, they allow you to bring in wine. So you can be sitting there with your beloved or with your new beau or your hopefully soon to be boyfriend, and you can be sipping wine and painting pictures. So that's another great idea for a first date. Maybe you can go get something to eat first, because I don't like drinking on an empty stomach. So maybe you could go someplace and have a nice romantic dinner and then go to a painting with a twist party. So that's another idea for a memorable first date for Aquarius. So those are some ideas that I came up with from talking to people and some of the things that I want to do or I've actually experienced. And I think they could be really cool. I like these a lot. A lot of people don't date anymore, you know, and I think it's so sad. A lot of people, they get together, all they do is Netflix and chill, you know, and I just feel like it's sad because I feel like it's not reaching the height of your romantic potential. You know, romance is all about intrigue. Romance is all about suspense, and it's all about doing different things, and it's about doing fun things. So I hope that those ideas can help you out, and I hope you guys have a great first date. Now I'm going to tell you guys some of my favorite comments. One came from William. What's up, Will? William said, the story about your friend that stole your bread hit home for me. My pops, and Aries, tries to equate forgiveness with allowing him to bypass my boundaries. Dude doesn't get it. I love the guy, but I love myself more. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100%, Will. Because the thing about it is that no matter who the person is, family or not, you can forgive them. You know, you don't have to walk around holding a grudge against them or mad at them for the rest of your life. But it's stupid. To me, it's illogical to put yourself back in a position where they can hurt you time and time again. I have family members who have been accused of stealing. So my thing is, why do you let them in your home time and time again? I don't let them in my home. I heard you steal, so you not coming back. Why would you let somebody come over and over again? It doesn't have to just be theft. If somebody does something over and over again, why keep letting them slap you? Somebody once told me, turn the other cheek. So they can slap the other cheek? Forgiveness is not about letting them slap me again. Forgiveness is about letting go of the hurt that they slapped me the first time. Just because I let go of the hurt doesn't mean I'm going to let you slap my other cheek. You know? So I think that people get that twisted a lot. Seriously. Crystal Taylor. What's up, Crystal? Crystal said, my family is great at telling me I hold grudges. I cut you off quick AF. My whole family is up in arms about me releasing my mom from my life. Haven't seen or talked to her in a year. Not gonna lie, best year of my life. Look, if somebody is toxic, I don't care who they are. If somebody is detrimental to your existence, if somebody is hurtful to you, negative, bringing bad things to your life, stealing from you, stealing your joy, whatever the case is, I don't care who it is. If they gotta go, they gotta go. Okay? So a lot of people will say, well, that's your mother, that's your father. You know, they'll tell you to hold on to certain people because they have a blood tie. But some of the people with them blood ties are the ones that do you the dirtiest. So if somebody is doing you dirty, I don't care who they are. If you got to disconnect from them temporarily or permanently, you got to do what you got to do. Because the thing about it is that self-preservation is key. A person who loves themselves protects themselves fiercely. So if you have a person who abuses you or takes from you or does things to you, you owe it to yourself to leave that person alone. It's only right. All right, guys, it is time for us to get going. So come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.